The Apocalypse Players present An Uncommon Burial. A Call of Cthulhu 7th edition scenario written by Danann McAleer in the style of M.R. James. With Joseph Chance as Dr. Henry Carraig-Muire, Dan Wheeler as Reverend Perregrine McCutcheon, Dominic Helen as Lady Helen Marjorie Bjarmia Potts, and Danann McAleer as the Keeper of Arcane Lore. Part 4. The First Policeman.
And after a small moment, you hear sort of two sets of footsteps approaching. And there's a rather slower, louder, deeper knock on the door. And a voice says, "May I come in?"
Wait. Everyone sit down around the room. And I sit in the window with my stick. Come!
I sit down in a chair and take out my Bible and start reading it and sort of like mumbling just under my breath.
I sit on a chair like I've just been told to sit on a chair.
Love it. And the handle turns. Did you lock the door for this conference?
I don't think necessarily.
No. Okay, good. Just wondering. So while the door opens and sort of shaking boy in a sort of porter's outfit's there, and a rather large sort of ruddy-faced man with a sort of waxed moustache takes off his constable's cap and says, "Well, thank you very much. You'd rather speak here, I take it. Don't want to inconvenience you."
Yes, sorry, I've got a bad ankle. Swollen, you
I see.
We thought
Gout.
everyone might be more comfortable up here, Constable. You might be more comfortable, Constable, up here.
They call me the Comfortable Constable. Yes, that's right.
I will stand.
I bet they don't say it twice, though, do they? Not quickly.
Carraig-Muire.
Lovely. And he moves forward and takes your hand, and then he grips it very tight, sort of looks you straight in the eye.
I wince.
Do you make a show of wincing deliberately?
I think it's probably real. You said it was tight.
Oh, it is tight. It is tight, to be fair.
I don't try and hide it, and I look at Perregrine and I say, "Ooh, you have a firm grip there."
Well, that's the law for you. And he turns back to the porter and says, "Get out of here, would you?" And the boy sort of scampers off and he says,
Would Hugh? We thought his name was Stevens.
"Oh, very good, very good." And he sort of laughs a big hearty laugh that seems quite genuine. And he moves forward and shakes your hand and sort of says, "I don't know whether I should I bow or genuflect?"
No, none of that will be necessary. Just release my hand, if you will, with that ice-like grip of yours.
Sorry, there we are. And, madam. And he moves over and takes your hand and kisses it.
Yeah, I proffer it like that, sort of limply.
Yeah.
Yes, well, very kind. And what is your name again? Constable
Putnam,
was it?
Madam.
Yes.
Yes.
Not come across you before.
No. Well, there's still time. May I take a seat?
Please do, Constable Putnam, and may I just say that we're all very keen to help you with your inquiries. We'd love to get to the bottom of this matter. Most strange and deeply alarming, of course, to especially to Lady Marjorie here. So,
of course,
if we could, we'd love to help you as much as we possibly can, and then hopefully leave this messy business behind us.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Messy business. Don't mind the rustling and purring. It's just my pussy.
Excellent. He loosens his collar slightly.
Come here.
She's a fine beast. Whiskey, Constable.
Please.
Oh, she's old and patchy.
I'll join you.
Oh.
Lady Marjorie, whiskey.
Oh, yes, thank you.
As this drinks business is being sorted out, he just starts getting out his notebook and pencil and going through the sort of rigmarole of making a few notes. But he seems to be waiting quite contentedly until they're passed out. And if that's all you want to do, he sort of accepts the scotch, takes a sip.
I passed three whiskies and a sherry out.
Lovely.
And I hand the sherry to Perregrine.
Very kind.
Anything for anyone else? Just a joke there. And he takes a sip of the whiskey and says, to business then. Theodore Pugh, how did you know him?
He was an archaeologist.
Yes. And what did you make of the man? Bluntly.
Flash, unstable, prone to showing off.
Mad.
I don't know about that. Today he presented as mad, that's true, but would I have said that I was surprised? I pause. I look at Perregrine and I think truth. Say, aye, a wee bit surprised, but the way he was winding himself up.
I see. What, agitated, you would say?
More than agitated.
Distressed.
Distressed. Frantic, bordering on violent. I confess.
I have to say, Constable Putnam, that I'd never met the man before today and never heard his name until it was passed on to me
By
my mother, I believe it was. So all I have to go on was my experience of last night, and I don't know whether I would describe him as mad necessarily, but certainly he was a man who had an unhealthy relationship with alcohol.
Aye.
I see. Unhealthy relationship with alcohol, and he takes a sip of it. He takes a rather large slug of his whiskey and writes.
And I take a large sip of my sherry while he's looking at me to make it very clear that I'm not completely
judging.
Yeah.
Can I top you up there?
Please. And yourself, lady, what shall I call you?
You may call me...
Miss Helen?
Absolutely not. A tarts moniker. No, you should call me Lady Marjorie is fine. Thank you very much.
Sorry, a tarts moniker. Is that what I should call you? Or?
No.
Oh.
I mean, it is the name of a strumpet.
Oh, I see. Quite right. Yes.
Yes. Helen of Troy, of course. History's oldest prostitute.
Well, not sure I can...
Who's Monica? The tarts.
Well, that's what we all need to know, I think. And he does chuckle, actually, and he says, well, pardon me, but you didn't know him either.
Don't laugh at me.
Oh, I would never dream of laughing at you.
She says, laughing at herself.
Don't laugh at me, she says hysterically. And what was your business meeting him last night?
Well, that's what we weren't sure about, because it was at his request. He'd gone to great lengths to draw us all together, to talk to us about archaeology.
I see.
That's the matter. And as it happens, what he had to say was ill-conceived...
I see.
Rambling.
Nonsense, frankly. It was nonsense. And I believe he must have got us there under some sort of... perhaps a scam or confidence trick, mentioning a mutual friend of ours, poor Robert Thompson, who, of course, you must know is still missing.
Yes.
I think he knew that would be the thing that would get us all there, whatever his purpose was. I'm still not sure.
I see. He does seem to pause at Robert Thompson and then make a sort of handful of notes. And then he says, well, I'd be very grateful if any of you could furnish me with the messages or invitations he sent you. That would put everything in order. And then sort of looks at you expectantly.
Well, of course.
Well, mine was passed verbally.
Oh. You say you were called to the college. One of you must have... just a letter or the telegram or anything would be most useful.
I have the note here. I take out my pocketbook, and which of course is what I keep all my receipts in. And I said, I have the note here from my the porter at God's House in Cambridge, but unfortunately it makes no mention directly of Pugh.
Right.
I'm sorry,
All
but
right.
You're welcome to speak to the porter there.
Oh, no, we already have done. And yourself, madam, lady.
Yes, you can have. Oh, yes, it was a verbal communication.
I see.
I don't think I can resist. I think I say, you don't think he was trying to hide his tracks, do you?
Well, I don't know why he would if his end goal was to, well, I'm sorry to be frank, but to kill himself.
Well,
why would a man knowing he would be dead soon cover his tracks?
If I may, a constable.
You may.
Thank
Stop
you.
saying it like that, please.
Yes, well, when you make detective, I won't call you constable anymore. And maybe this will help. Possibly he was trying to cover his, unless you're a detective constable. I'm not sure. I don't understand how the police work. My husband was in the military, you see. I could never get a sense of the rank.
Right, all right, madam. You don't need to understand it.
None of it makes sense. Well, it seems like...
As long as it works.
It seems like failing to understand is a prerequisite often. But I found that...
He makes a couple more notes.
It's possible.
it's all right.
Not.
Prerequisite is a very long word.
Yes,
I
he's
think
there for quite a while.
He'll be there for a while. I before E, except I have to say.
In block capitals, one on each page.
Now,
Using a flick book.
what was I saying? See, you've confused me now. Oh, yes, suicide. Yes, I think it's possible, isn't it, that he might have wanted to cover his tracks, not to protect himself, but to protect us, because perhaps someone was trying to kill him or was on his case, and that's why he was driven to suicide. And so it was a way of ensuring that we were not the victim of some external abuser.
If you'll allow me, Lady Marjorie and Henry, please chip in if you feel you'd like to. But last night, in the heat of the moment, I think we probably seemed quite certain that it was suicide. But on reflection, certainly, when I look back upon the events of last night, we didn't see him. We didn't see him do himself any harm. It just seemed the most obvious explanation for what happened, which was that he turned his back to us, was beyond the dividing door, and the next thing we knew, there was blood pouring from his neck. Excuse me, Lady Marjorie. So it was not certainly suicide. We just see no other possible explanation for what took place.
But you saw no one else leave the property?
Well, no. But the porter mentioned he'd seen people coming and going, but...
He did, yes. He mentioned something in particular, in fact. Someone with some sort of headgear, some sort of... possibly a party favour, some sort of mask, running out just after he'd heard you shouting. He seemed to think it tallied up rather conveniently, or the opposite. But you saw no one.
I think we'd have noticed if someone was wearing some sort of costume.
I see.
However, there were amateur dramaticals in the next room when we arrived, and I sent them packing, so perhaps one of them was playing silly buggers, hiding in a wardrobe. I've met actors before.
Ah, yes. Could well have been.
I have to say that the moment he turned, I tried to help the man. I made a mess of it, but I was trying to help him. My eyes were upon that and nothing else. I felt a degree of guilt, you see, because, well, I tried to knock some sense into him, sir. Such was his ranting and raving of fantastical matters. If I perhaps was foolish to have done that. And the guilt drove me to try and save him.
This was the loosened teeth. Well,
Aye, and I hold my hand up, and you can, obviously.
Dr. Henry, if I may.
Aye, paleontology, not a medical man.
Oh, I see. Well, either way, I wouldn't worry. In fact, none of you need worry. Your records speak for themselves. You're academic men. We know you're all fellows of this.
Excuse me?
Yes, sir. Madam? Yes, I was speaking to these two, and I was about to turn to you.
Oh, this is my room.
Yes, quite right. I should have begun with you. All I'd like to say is, you needn't worry. None of you are under suspicion. But there is...
You think I couldn't kill someone?
Danann, do we believe that? Do I believe that?
Ah, that's interesting.
I can't tell if it's the McAleer many-layered performance.
Well, it is now. Now you've called it into question.
or whether it's the McAleer many-layered performance. Anyone want to join me on a psychology roll?
No, I've got another role that I'm working up to.
Okay, lovely.
I could go for psychology on this. Let's do a psychology, yes.
Lady Marjorie and I are interested in truth or deception.
53 is not bad at all, is it?
I've rolled a 53 as well, Lady Marjorie.
Oh, no, my psychology is 53, but I've rolled a 95.
Oh, yeah.
Abysmal.
What a shame. Can we swap? I've rolled a 53 on my 39.
Oh, well, let me push the roll, because I've got a good chance, haven't I? I'm going to push the roll by saying, I turn to him and I look him dead in the eye and I say, do you think I'm not capable of killing someone? And I get quite close to him, and I say,
I light a cigarette, nervously.
Or do you think I'm completely beyond reproach? Beyond suspicion? Cunt stubble?
I close my Bible ominously.
Oh, God. He realises he's surrounded.
Oh, wonderful. I've rolled a 9.
Oh, wow. What a push.
Is that a hard or an extreme?
That is an extreme, just.
Okay. So when he says, none of you are under suspicion, and then you sort of fix him and say that, very specifically what you say, do you not think I'm capable of
murder,
of killing someone? It's not that that's the bit that really sort of you get a sort of flicker in his eyes from. The earlier bit, it's only when you get closer that you really see. You see that he definitely knows that you're capable of murder.
Oh.
And in fact, he's not necessarily scared of you in that moment, but it is not. He takes that at face value and is slightly surprised you've raised it, maybe. But you get the impression that certainly with that information, you're not out of suspicion, regardless of what he's saying.
So you're saying that I now think that he knows what happened at Boggle Hole?
Yeah. Or about any other killings that you might have done.
It's been a year, Yeah,
exactly.
That makes me even more certain of what I want to do.
Okay.
Cigarette, Constable.
You're going to kill him.
I say.
Let's go and stand under Lady Marjorie's window outside.
Yeah. What's that up there?
Looks like a cannonball being pushed out of the window.
Could it work twice? Probably.
He's concertinaed.
Looks like a cannonball in a skirt.
They're Turkish.
He takes the cigarette. Turkish, lovely. Cloved. Yes, I'm a fan.
But not hoofed.
Well, let's hope not.
I wink at him and say, oh, sorry, Perregrine.
You realise he's sort of closed his notebook between... You know how you sort of close a notebook on your finger?
Oh, bollocks.
He hasn't shut it, but he's just... As Marjorie's got that and Henry have got that close to him, he sort of shut it like that.
Right,
Just
yeah.
But
there was a simultaneous action, wasn't there?
Oh, but Perregrine may well have been doing something at the same time. Let's have a look.
Maybe. Well, I wanted to have a look at his notebook, which was going to be a spot hidden roll, but it's going to be a little bit more complicated.
Genuinely didn't see that coming. That was not me being a prick for once. But
it's going to be a little bit more complicated than that now.
I'll tell you what for free is you get the impression that it's just while they're in his vicinity. It was just because they got so close to him, he sort of...
Oh, okay. So he's not... He's literally just... Yeah.
He's not terminating the interview. He's just sort of gone, oh, thank you.
Oh, okay. That's useful then.
The cigarette and stuff, yeah. So you're not certain that he's like, that's the end, and if you don't get it off him, you're fucked. It was just to take the... Yeah. But he does, and he lets you... I assume you light it for him.
Oh, aye.
He sort of says, much appreciated. He takes another sip of his second whiskey, and he says, as I say, none of you yourselves are under suspicion. After this, please feel free to go wherever you like, of course. But I appreciate you staying this long. there was one other thing, and it's still a live investigation, of course, but I thought, because you're such trustworthy pillars of the community, you should probably know. We did look in the adjoining room, and we did find evidence of, what did you say, amateur dramatics had been in there, had they? There was a couple of glasses laid out, and there was I think a playbill of some kind. That checks out. We also found this.
Yes.
Theatricals.
And I'm only showing you because, well, I don't think I'll need to explain. I think you're intelligent enough to work it out for yourselves. But whether or not this was suicide and he was a deranged man, or there was something else at play, and he sort of reaches into his pocket and takes out a bit of folded paper and unfolds it. It's like, it's crudely written, but I think you'll get the gist. And he sort of hands it over, and you see it's on a sort of printed paper. It's like a headed paper and everything, and there's just some scrawled bits of writing on it. It's quite hard to make out. They seem to have been written in a hurry, but you see very clearly. You see Theodore Pugh written down. You see Mrs. Potts written down. You see Reverend Perregrine written down. You see Dr. Henry written down. You see Rebel Sleep written down. You see Judith McCutcheon written down. And then the list seems to go on, but it's sort of like torn off at the bottom. But there's a note that's sort of scrawled at the bottom, which says, "If Robert will not cooperate." And that's the last thing, where the paper sort of tears away at the edge. And he says, "No, I don't know. We've only had a day to look at it, but I think it seems quite clear to me that either this man is insane and was obsessed with you in some way, or, well, I just thought you should know that we found this. I don't know if you're aware of a Judith McCutcheon or a..."
That's my mother, yes.
Ah, yes. Well, I'll inform the closest constabulary to there, and
if you could, yes, please.
Yes,
she is in Farley Wallop. Is that what I said last?
Yep,
I think I said that last time.
Spot on.
Remarkable that I remember that when so much I can't remember. She's in Farley Wallop, but I believe the nearest police station may be perhaps in Alton or Farnborough. I can't.
Alton.
I can't think now. If you could,
yes. Don't worry, Reverend.
I asked them to check on her as soon as possible.
Yes. I'll send it to them.
What do you make of this? This, and I frantically began looking at the piece of paper. The writing has this been compared to Pugh's handwriting? Is it his own hand, or is it someone else's?
It has. Unfortunately, frantic as you said he was, it doesn't seem like anything he's written in the past. But as you said, he killed himself, so I'm sure he was in some sort of state of distress, as you say, and perhaps that changed his hand. As there was no assailant, there's no one else to suspect, but I thought I'd let you know just in case. And obviously, it's quite an unsettling thing to find, but
you see,
well, he's dead, to be blunt, so I suppose there's no threat left.
And you found this in the room next door?
Yes, a folded piece. It was in one of the side, what do you call them, actually? I'm not an academic myself. Where they store the tables and chairs when there's...
an ante-room?
Nothing happening. Yeah, something like that, yes. Just opposite the drinks table. But it was mixed up in a load of mess that I suppose those theatre students of yours must have left. But, yes.
Did you say there was a playbill also?
Yes, a playbill, yes.
Do you have that to hand?
Well, I'll have it somewhere. It'll be back at the station, I suppose.
Not tucked inside your notebook, perhaps?
No, I'm afraid not. But why, do you think it'd be relevant?
Well, perhaps. What was the play? You remember? We might be able to track down some of the students performing in it. It might have a clue.
Something called...
It might explain the costume.
I'd have to get back to you. Oh? The costume?
It sounds like a Simon Gray play.
But I'll have to get back to you.
I'll have to get back to you. What?
Ah, yes.
Just if it requires a costume, it might explain, perhaps, why the porter saw someone in a costume.
Oh, yes. Well, I mean, you'd already seen people leaving, so that's no surprise, I suppose.
What kind of mess was in there, did you say? What sort of mess? You mean sort of... face...
playbills, empty bottles, props, I think. There was a sort of a fake gun, various things along those lines. I mean, they've been taken into evidence, of course, but...
Feathers?
Yes, I think there were a couple, in fact. Probably quills or something.
Black and brown paints.
Black and brown...
Black and brown paints, orange paints.
There were some makeup palettes in there, I believe they're called. Yes.
Brown and black and orange? Like an...
I couldn't tell you for sure. Why the interest?
I see your details, man. Yes. Well, I just wondered, just curious. Just very curious.
Oh, excellent. Well, in that case, I think that's all I need.
Would you have another whiskey before you leave us, Constable?
Well, yes, I suppose I could have one. For the road. Won't hurt, will it?
The chap last night drank an awful lot of brandy.
Well, that's
Is that right?
what I was
Yes.
saying, but you know, it wasn't social drinking like we're doing here. It was drinking to maybe silence demons, that sort of.
He
I
was
see.
sculling them back like a thing possessed or a constable.
He really was.
Takes,
let me take your glass, and I take his glass and head towards the...
He doesn't. He raises it to you, but he doesn't quite let go of it. So you find yourself gripping it with him in that moment.
Oh, forgive me. I'll fetch the bottle.
And he just says, "Takes a lot of force. Takes a lot of force."
What does?
One of these, smashed on a wall, to swipe it against your own throat,
Well,
to tear like his throat did.
quite.
A lot of force. More, I'd say, than one man could possess.
And a lot of
But I wasn't here.
will.
A lot of will. What do you think that will came from? And he relinquishes it. Says, just a small one.
I couldn't possibly say. My faith prevents me from such things as self-harm, of course.
Oh, just your faith.
Our bodies, our souls are a gift from God, and it is not our place to throw that gift away.
Well, what a shame you didn't give him a sermon just before.
I'm afraid he wouldn't have listened even if I tried. And I turn...
Well, that's the spirit, Reverend.
Oh, this fucker. And I turn
we look
with
forward
this
to you
glass.
solving the case.
I turn with the glass,
yeah.
and I take 2 steps. And then before I reach the drinks cabinet,
Yeah.
I swivel back in the hope that he might not be expecting me to swivel back, and he might have reopened his notebook.
Oh, yeah, like Columbo.
Yeah.
One more thing. Okay, well, do you want to do... There must be a role for that. Let's say...
Well, I was hoping you might let me do a spot hidden, but maybe there's something better.
Well, I'd say a spot hidden is what you... But maybe there's a way you could... Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it would be a... I just mean if you're trying to surprise him. But
Yeah.
maybe you're not trying to surprise him. You're just trying... Is that what you're trying to do? Or are you just trying to wait till he's maybe opened it again and...
Yeah, I'm just trying to catch him because, like, I've observed the fact that he closes it when we come near him.
Yeah.
But I wonder if I've made him think that I'm going to be away for some time because I'm going to get him.
I see. Well, would that be maybe a stealth then, rather than how's your stealth? It's probably not that good, is it? Or is it?
It's not that great, but I'll give it a try. And if this fails, I'll just have another go a bit later.
Okay, cool.
No, that's no good. So I guess I swivel back, and he
just says yes.
Yeah, exactly. Did you say same again?
Same again.
Of course. And I go to the drinks cabinet and I pour him a whiskey, and
while you're pouring, he turns to Dr. Henry and he says, "Military man, at all?"
That's right.
Yes.
They say you never lose the bearing.
Yes, they do say that, don't they? Whereabouts? Sudan?
Spot on.
Yes.
Engineer Corps.
Ah, engineer, eh? Funny old place, the Sudan, isn't it?
Trying to put it to good use, I suppose.
Well, good on you. Good on you. Yes?
Oh, not like Lady Marjorie's husband.
Oh.
He was out further east. Is that not correct, Lady Marjorie?
Oh, I can't imagine where he was. Somewhere awful, I'm sure, where they don't have toilets.
Oh, yes, no, sorry.
That's what the Empire's all about. Well, I'll have no part of it, thank you very much. They can do whatever they like with their lavatories.
Wonderful charitable works Lady Marjorie's been involved with.
Leaving well enough alone.
Is that right? Well, France you went to, was it? This place with the lavatories.
I'll have you know, I've been nowhere.
I see. Well,
And I
good
shall
on you.
keep it that way.
Best to holiday local.
Went to Yorkshire last year, and that was a mess. Shan't be doing that in a hurry.
Did you now?
Oh, yes.
What was that made of?
Well, I think you know all about it, don't you?
No, please tell.
My eyes go wide.
Oh, I thought it might be the sort of thing you'd have checked where we were when the people you're about to interrogate, but perhaps...
Oh, no, we don't do full histories on all us, especially such reputable characters as yourself. But what was so wrong with Yorkshire? I've been up there myself. It seemed very pleasant when I was there.
Oh, some mouthy little brats knocking around the beach.
Oh, is that right?
Oh, yes. You ask them to carry your bags and they end up surfing them down the hill, playing silly buggers with your luggage. I can't stand it.
I see. Nothing serious then.
I just think children should be beaten and not hurt.
I see.
Don't you
Well, I
agree?
can't say I disagree.
Constable?
Nothing burned down or anything.
As I return with the drink, I hold it out to him, and if he goes to take it,
He does.
I grip it in the way that he did. With
Oh,
me,
yes.
and I don't quite let it go. And I say, Ephesians 5:18, do not get drunk on wine, which leads to debauchery. Instead, be filled with the Spirit. And let me tell you, this Spirit is a very fine one. Thank you, Lady Marjorie. Sort of give him a little smile.
I think he's taken aback, and then he genuinely laughs heartily. He sort of realises you're not lecturing or sort of giving him some sermon. You're genuinely being quite merry about the whole thing. And he said, oh, very good, very good. What was that? Ephesians what?
Ephesians 5:18. There's actually the Bible speaks much wisdom as to the sort of character a man must have, but when it comes to individual behaviours, I feel there is room for interpretation. Would you allow me to show you another example?
Please, while I'm here.
I go to fetch my Bible and open it at a random page and say, see, Constable, how would you interpret this verse? And hand it to him.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, he has to sort of put he's already stubbed out his cigarette, I think, but he puts his drink down on one side and sort of shifts the notebook into that hand and takes the Bible from you, and he's trying to juggle them both, and he sort of does let the notebook fall slightly to the side.
Is it open or closed?
It's sort of open with his thumb in between, like it's not like wide, but yeah. But he's looking. What was it you said this was?
Well, it was just an example of how any verse may be interpreted in a number of ways.
Oh, I see. Yes. Well, I can't say I've got a head for it myself, like you academic types, but yeah, remarkable. I'll make a note of that, actually. Sorry, and he sort of realises he's got both books in his hands. You can give me a spot hidden look if you want. I know that's what you're after.
I really am. I know. You're being generous to even allow it, but.
Well, I mean, you don't know what you'll get if you...
No, I don't. Probably fuck all anyway. Right, so that's a regular success, but I'm willing to spend some luck to make it a hard success if that would help.
How much luck would you have to spend out of interest?
Okay, I would have to spend... I think...
Just because I don't want to be a complete cunt.
No. So I've rolled a 45 and my spot hidden is 74, so I would need it to be a 37, so 8 points of luck.
I wouldn't necessarily spend it because I think you'll get the gist of what...
Yeah, I don't have much luck, actually. Yeah,
That's my advice. But as he shifts the one book over, oh yes, while this is happening,
I just want to say I stand up after he said that comment about did anything burn down. It really upset me. So I stand up and I say, "Oh, excuse me a moment. This talk of continental lavatories has me reaching for something closer to home. Would you excuse me for just one moment? I'll be right back." And I leave the room and go downstairs.
Yes, madam. Well, I'll probably be gone by the time you get back, but sorry. Allow me to. And he sort of hands you the Bible back. But as he passes, he wants to make a note of the passage, as he said. Well, as he said, as he sort of passes it over, you catch a glimpse of it. Even though he holds it quite close to his chest, you do manage to, you're close enough to sort of get a glimpse of the 2 pages he's most recently been writing on. And it seems quite clear to you in that moment that there are no words on the page whatsoever. In fact, it's just a series of lines and squiggles. Like
what?
He's not even been writing down anything.
The fuck?
Can we cut to me? I'm
Yes.
downstairs. Talking to the porter, and I say, "I need to use the telephone, Stevens." And
Right.
I'm phoning the
yes,
police
ma'am.
station.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. Love it.
So I'm on the phone. I call the police station.
Yeah.
And I say, "Hello, this is Lady Bjarmia Potts at Oster."
Hello.
Yes, I've got one of your constables with me, and he seems to have mislaid something. It's a playbill, and we were
Right.
wondering what the name of the play was. It's a Constable Putnam, is that right?
All right, hold on 2 seconds. And you hear him sort of move off in the background. Meanwhile, upstairs, Henry and Perregrine, you've just seen this. It's really surreal because he's definitely been writing and he seemed very intent. And you just see there's just a series of wavy lines on the page. There's nothing actually there. And but then again, it closes in his hand. And then he sort of picks up his pencil, but he's making sure the back's to you again now. And he says, Ephesians 5:18. Very good, very good.
And
Excellent.
yourself, Constable.
Oh, yes. And he snaps it close.
And yourself.
Myself?
You served.
Oh, yes.
I stare at him.
And he stares back. And he says, you did get out of the hole in the end, though, didn't you? Or are you still there?
I breathe in very, very, very deeply and slowly through my nostrils.
His pupils look very big.
I go to the door and lock it.
Can I help you, Reverend?
Who are you? How do you know about that?
About what? The hole? You weren't the only one in the Sudan. Listen, I can see the tremors from here. I know there's a hole you're in.
And
That's all I'm saying.
you're damn straight. His hand is shaking, I think.
I've had friends go through the same since they served. I'm just saying it's a shame if you don't climb out of it. Willpower, man. It's all about willpower. Reverend, why have you locked the door?
I take a step back.
And we cut down to the phone. You hear someone come back and says, yes, hello.
Who's that?
Sorry, what was it? This is Constable Putnam.
Constable, I need you to get to Oster College immediately, to my rooms. There is an imposter posing as you here right now, interrogating us upstairs.
Madam, what was it? I thought this was about a playbill of some kind.
No, ignore that. Listen to me. There is someone here.
Well, I won't have you insulted.
You listen to me. I am Lady Marjorie, Helen Marjorie Bjarmia Potts, and I am currently...
I've heard about you.
Yes. Don't make me come down there, because I will, young man. There is someone here impersonating a police officer, specifically you.
Impersonating me?
Yes, it's a crime.
Are you sure about that?
I'm positive.
All right, well...
They said their name was Constable Putnam, and they're interrogating us.
Well, tell him not to leave. Lock the doors. I'll get someone on it. All right. He sounds like... Listen, this better not be a prank.
No, someone I think was murdered last night.
Right.
And I think he's connected to it.
Right. Oh, you're saying there's a murderer? Right, okay. Well, if this is a prank, you know you're going to get put away for a very long time.
Good.
Dennis. Yeah, all right. All right, I'll see you there. Oster College.
Bring Dennis as well.
I'll bring Dennis. What rooms?
And I give the name of my rooms.
Yeah.
The music department.
Right. And he hangs up and cuts back up in the room, and he's just asked you why you've locked the door. He's still sat there holding a scotch, and he sort of tucks his notebook back into his pocket with one hand. But he's looking at Dr. Henry. He hasn't turned to look at you. He's just said, "Why are you locking the door?"
I just wanted to make sure we weren't disturbed.
Oh, I see. Where's your friend gone? You don't want her to be locked out. These are her rooms.
Oh, I'm sure she'll be all right. I just find it good practice when I hear a confession to ensure that it's heard in private.
I see. What do you think, Doctor? Should confessions be heard in private? He finishes the tumbler, plops it on the table.
I'm confused. I'm very confused by you.
Another whiskey, Constable?
Yes, why not?
I don't understand. Do I know you?
Do you?
Do you have any papers of identification upon you, man?
Yes, of course.
May I see them?
Yes. And he sort of stands up to his full height, which you sort of realise how tall and ruddy-faced he is. He looks like an alcoholic, but he looks like a sort of well-built alcoholic. You know, you can see the sort of broken veins around the nose and eyes now a bit clearer, now that you're really focusing on who he is.
I pass him a big glass of whiskey.
Much obliged. And he takes a sip and puts it down, and he says, I must have them on me here somewhere. And I showed them to your porter on the way in. And he starts going through his pockets. Just one moment. Oh, have you got that, the paper I gave you? I'll have to take that back for evidence, of course.
Well, now, who of us took that? Because I was going to say that I defer to Lady Marjorie about that.
I imagined you'd sort of passed it around between you, so it could be with anyone, but...
I got the impression you'd handed it over. I was the last person to speak, but I would have showed it to the others.
In which case... I'm happy to say he'd handed it to me, because I was certainly alarmed by my mother's name on it.
That's true. Perhaps you were the last man to get it, and so you maybe...
Yeah. Or sort of at least sort of snatched it and went, wait, that's my mum, or whatever it was. That would make sense. And so he does. He takes the whiskey, takes a sip, and then he holds out his hand to take it back.
I feel like I'm a step behind here, Constable.
Oh, yes?
I suppose that's how it should be when you're working with the police, and I'm glad you're making such progress. But I'm very confused.
Oh?
You were in the Sudan.
Yes.
You knew that I was in the Sudan, yet you say that we don't do background checks, and yet you know that I was there. You're saying that you saw that because of my bearing. It would take a truly skilled detective to notice that. You don't have your papers on you. And now my friend here doesn't seem to trust you. What do you think is going on here? I'd like your take on the case.
Well, I'll tell you. I think that you're either mistaken, blind, or lying.
What would we be lying about?
It takes a lot of force to slash one's own throat with a whiskey glass, to sever the tendons. Did you see the man? Really see him? His neck was cut down to the bone in places. How are you suggesting that happened?
I saw. He had his back turned to us. He was in the adjoining room. There was shadow, there was light.
Reverend, the paper, please. He turns back to Pitt.
What do you make of this list of names, Constable?
Well, I've told you, I think you ought to be careful.
I take the paper out and I have one last really good look at it.
There's a list of targets, is it not?
And just to confirm, it has Theodore Pugh's name.
Yep.
It has our three names.
Yep.
It has my mother's name.
Yep.
And it has...
It also says Rebel.
Rebel Sleep.
Rebel Sleep, presumably. And is that it?
And then at the bottom there's some sort of note that seems to be saying...
As if Robert will not cooperate, and then it's torn off.
Yeah. Well, but it is headed paper, as I said.
Headed? What does the header say?
As in like a letter heading.
Yeah.
Well, if you take a last look at it,
Yeah.
it doesn't require a spot hidden, but it's like small type, and it's at the top of this sort of torn off page. It does say Whitby Museum. It looks like an official sort of letter from Whitby Museum.
Whitby Museum.
In fact, underneath there's a little typed Professor Miriam Dagg.
Oh, gorgeous, thanks.
Although it doesn't look like that's who has written it. It looks like that's who...
It's her letterhead.
Yes. Or his, I suppose. But yeah.
Miriam.
Looks like a list of targets to me.
Bjarmia, are you, now that the phone call's over, are you heading back upstairs? Or Stevens is there sort of cowering next to you, confused as to what you've been talking about?
Say, Stevens, you've made a terrible error.
Oh, right. Oh, I didn't mean to. What did I do? I've already annoyed that constable up there.
He's not a constable.
Well, Sergeant, then. I didn't... I'm rubbish with those.
No, he's not with... I don't think he's with the police at all.
No, he is. I saw his hat.
I just phoned... Oh, for goodness sake, Stevens, you need to start thinking like a...
Porter.
Like a porter.
Can you get him to catapult you in the window?
Ask first.
Yeah.
Are you not trained to refuse all requests? I thought that was what porters do.
Oh, well, normally, yeah, but I haven't completed that module yet.
The infamous 1901 module training.
Yeah.
That man upstairs, I don't think he's a policeman because I phoned the police station and I spoke to the real Constable Putnam who is on his way.
Oh, I see.
That man is impersonating a police officer and he's accusing us of terrible things.
What?
I think he means us ill.
Oh.
In fact, I would go so far as to suggest that if we're not quick, he may have already killed Dr. Carraig-Muire and Reverend McCutcheon.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, we should get up there then. And he sort of looks like he's looking around for some sort of weapon or something to...
Yes.
What was that? I should call...
Do you have a gun?
Well, I don't know, no. But someone on... Well, the groundskeeper or... well, I could ask. Oh, God. What should I do? Lock the doors or... You're just shaking your head at him.
Yes, lock the doors. Lock the doors. I've never heard of an Oster porter not having a gun.
Oh, not been issued one yet.
It's a school, for goodness sake.
This is a public school.
Yes, quite right. Mislaid it.
Lock the doors.
Yes.
And then fetch me whatever's heavy and long, preferably. There must be a golf club or something.
Yeah.
Or a paperweight.
Oh, yes. Well, there'll be something, and he sort of dashes back. And then he runs back
Or
out
a
and starts
cricket
locking the
bat.
doors. Well, there'll definitely be one of those. 2 seconds. Or do you stay there and wait as he sort of rushes around? Okay. Well, let's just say...
I watch the stairs anxiously.
Okay, love it. Well, he locks the doors and he rushes back in and he says, we actually, one was confiscated earlier, found rather, on the lawn, but here, and he sort of hands you out a cricket bat and looks at you like, I don't know what the fuck to do. So when the other police turn up, how do we know they're the real ones?
There'll be 2 of them.
Right. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Always 2, isn't there?
And I start
Just like the Sith.
Yes.
practice my swing with the cricket bat.
An old cop and a young cop.
Whack!
Yeah, there can only be 2. Have you heard the story of cop plagiarists? Do you make your way up the stairs or do you just wait at the bottom and you just...
It's a good question. Stevens,
Yes?
here's what I need you to do.
Oh, aye?
I need you to... do you have a weapon as well?
Oh, yeah, I can fashion one, I'm sure.
Good. Fashion...
Well, I've a whittling knife. He sort of gets out of his satchel.
Good.
I like to make chess pieces and... Sorry, yeah.
Well, you're going to be slashing someone's neck if it all goes awry.
Oh, fuck.
I hope you're ready for that.
If all goes to plan.
I'm not ready for that, no. I'll try, madam.
Don't worry. Remember, he's not a real policeman.
Right. Oh, that's all right then.
He is a real human.
There are no consequences to what you're about to do.
And I suppose he is trespassing. Okay.
And plotting murder, no doubt.
Oh, God. And he starts sort of almost hyperventilating. He's there with this tiny little pruning knife in his hand.
Now, what I'm going to do...
Yes?
I want you to wait at the bottom of the stairs.
Right.
I'm going to go up the stairs.
Okay.
And enter my rooms.
I see.
And attack him.
Oh, God. With what? Oh, the cricket bat, yeah.
The cricket bat. If he comes down, if he fights his way out...
I see.
Slash his neck.
Oh,
but if
Christ.
the police arrive before that happens, you should let the police in.
Oh, yes. Okay. Oh, okay. And I'll shout, shall I, if they arrive?
Yes, very good.
Okay. I'll hide here. And he sort of hides behind the bottom of the stairs with the little knife, like...
Very good. Thank you, Stevens.
Good luck, good luck.
Right.
Lady Marjorie, Bjarmia, Potts.
I start marching up the stairs using the cricket bat as a walking stick.
Lovely. Meanwhile, upstairs...
I would like to drop the piece of paper that I'm holding out to him at his feet.
Yeah.
And say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and bend down to go and pick it up.
Ah. Oh, yeah. Okay. He says, quite all right.
In a ridiculously brazen manoeuvre, I would like to attempt to tie his shoelaces together.
Holy fucking God. I'm going to have to ask for like a hard sleight of hand at the very least. I mean, do you convey this message to Henry? Are you trying to like double team him?
I think maybe Henry might have to roll psychology to find out whether he can...
Well, no, I think we're past that stage. The moment you locked the door, I realised that you knew something that I didn't, and that I was playing catch-up. So I think the moment the paper drops, Dan and I was going to say this anyway, I lunge for my stout walking stick. It's not a cane.
Oh, excellent.
This is a useful stout stick.
Yeah.
And I swing it up and point it at him, and I say, "Don't you dare toy with me anymore."
Oh, love it. So you don't go to actually attack, you go to just aim it.
Yeah, I'm pointing at him, and I say, "Were you or were you not in the Sudan? And do you know me?"
In that moment, you do, and he doesn't even step back. He does tense up hugely. You see him get about 2 inches taller, and he sort of straightens, and his face flushes slightly as Perregrine reaches the paper on the floor and the shoes, and the stick swings up to like sort of just below his nose, I suppose, pointing at him. Like,
it might be a foot short. I feel
a foot short. Yeah. But he sort of he reacts, and you see his pupils are really wide, and his eyes are kind of bloodshot as well.
I have a rage in me, and the poppy calms me.
I see.
But I'm not afraid to bring this stick down hard upon your fucking neck, my man. I didn't kill that fellow, and nor did my companions. But I'm worried that these names on this list are at risk now. And I know these people. And my friend's name is upon that list.
Yes.
And that sounds to me like leverage is being moved to get something that somebody wants. And if you know something about this, please do say. Otherwise, I fear that I shall become most uncivil.
If you know something about this, please you say.
I saw a man turn his back to me, going for an ill-advised fifth large brandy. Having downed the others, I planted my fist in his face to stop him bad-mouthing Robert and to calm him the hell down. Excuse my language.
Yes.
He turns back around, and he's bleeding out. He's bleeding out. I did all that I could. I saw nothing on no one. Obviously, he was killed. Someone was lurking in the shadows. I don't know who. I don't know how. I don't even understand how there was someone else in the goddamn room. Now you talk.
All right.
Do you know me, and were you in the Sudan?
No. But you were. And you're still there, aren't you? And I know about your little trip up north as well. And I know what you did there. And you, Reverend, I know what you've done as well.
Oh, yes?
He puts the glass down on the table, and your stick's still like out to him. Yeah. And he sort of just moves his jacket back and shows his like baton, like his nightstick. He doesn't like grab it.
Oh, shit.
And he says, "Listen, I was trying to be civil. But if we really must,